So on a typical day when you're out canvassing, you'll spend about 1 hour and 30 minutes just out there on the streets going door to door. And usually about every 5 houses, 2 or 3 people at the door are there ready to buy your books and are very accepting. But this one day wasn't like any of those. For me, there was this one day where I remember just walking down the whole street, both sides of the street, nobody was opening doors, not even one. I mean, maybe one person will open the door, but they say I'm busy, or they maybe just give me a loonie or $2. And I was very grateful for those donations, but I just wasn't happy. I need to get these books in people's houses, and so I was just very discouraged. I remember just being very discouraged, asking God, like, God, I need to sell these books. Like, I can't go back to the group and say, like, you know, I haven't got any of these books in the houses. And I remember just like thinking, like, God wants me to get these books in people's houses. Okay, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna get ready. So I walk to the next house, and I walk to the next house. Nobody's opening the door. Everyone's busy. And I just remember walking down from this one house, and I was like, God, please, the next person, we need this person to open their door. We need this person to, you know, at least take one of the flyers, the little flyers, so that they can have a little bit of your word in their house. And I was walking down from my second to last house. I remember just looking on the side of the street, and there was this older woman walking her dog with her younger son, and they were just looking at me, and I thought that was strange, but I just thought, okay, it's whatever, you know, let's go to this next house. I look at my watch, 15 minutes left. I was like, oh shoot, we gotta hurry up. And so I quickly walked up to the steps, rang the doorbell, no one answered, so I quickly walked down. I remember praying to God, like, God, please, the next house, we need somebody to really get these books in their houses so that they can at least know more about you, and so that they can at least choose to follow you and know the truth about Christianity. And so as I was walking to the next house, the younger boy that I saw before, the younger man came up to me, and he's like, hey, this is my house, the house that you knocked out before. Did you have anything to say to me? And I was like, yeah, actually, I just wanted to say my name's Ryan, and I explained my whole canvassing, and I explained why I'm going door to door selling these books. And he was like, oh, he just randomly asked me a question like, oh, what are you interested in? What's your career? What do you want to go into when you finish high school? And I was like, well, I want to go into business. I want to become a manager of my own business, right? And he's like, oh, really? I'm in business, and I go to college in Washington. And I was like, really? And we're like, yeah. And so we continued the conversation and went on for a little bit. And after the end of the conversation, he's like, wow, you seem like a really nice young man who has his goals set, and you know, you seem like you really know what to do. You seem like you really want to go into business, and I'm in business, and so I just want to help you. I want to get you started. And he pulled out of his wallet, pulled out a $100 bill, and I was like, wow, man, like this guy. This is crazy. I'm like, sir, are you sure you want to give me this money? He's like, yeah, I really want to give you this money. I want to help you out in your dreams. And I was like, wow, God is working. God is definitely working in this place. You know, at that moment, I just felt a sense of peace, because I knew that God was with me. I knew God was with both of us, and God's spirit was on him and on me as well. And I'm like, sir, you can buy all these books with that amount of money. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Which books? And so I lent him all the books. I let him choose. He chose 4 books, but he could have bought 5. But he was just interested in helping me out. And I just knew that that's all God's work. That's God's power right there. Why I joined Youth Rush? Well, you know, I always loved canvassing. And this past summer, when I heard that it was starting in BC, I was really excited. And I knew that I just wanted to change my summer up a little bit. I wanted to devote it a little bit more to God, because that summer I had felt like a little bit I've been falling away with my faith, and not really, I felt like I had to really connect more with God that summer. And so when I heard about canvassing, I'm like, wow, this is a really good opportunity to get started. And so that's how I did it. My advice to first timers, people who are just going on the first day, you know, it's okay to be nervous. People, on my first day, I remember just shivering at the first door. I know that the person there, he just see me shaking like this, because it was such a nerve-wracking experience. But just know that as you go on, as you go from door to door, don't just ring the doorbell and just really expect money. You know, do it for God. Do it for his word going in people's homes. Do it so that when you give someone the book, do it for the knowledge that they might go to heaven. You might see them in heaven. You might make new friends. For the experience, the surprises behind each and every door. Such a wonderful experience that you shouldn't take for granted. And just do it for the journey. Don't just do it for that one-time thing.